Yeah, so we just want to have a JPY continuation trades because we're already in the trades, and we shared this trade about 13 days ago. So if you come to my YouTube channel, you realize this is the trade. This was like 13 days ago, JPY swing secrets. This is when we did the breakdown. So it was there on YouTube. You can check it out. The same thing was also there on TikTok 13 days ago. This was the second video, JPY swing secrets. So you go to YouTube, go to TikTok, you can be able to find that. And then after a week or so, this is what we had. Just want to show you on all the JPY pairs. So this is GBP JPY weekly swing. This is our entry here. We've held for 13 days. USD JPY also holding. This is like thousands and thousands of pips because we were able to enter all the JPY pairs and we're swinging them long term. So possibly for the rest of the end of this year, shall be swinging them. So this is NZD JPY and then also CHF JPY. So that's what we have on the JPYs. You can always check them out there. So today I just want to do a continuation on the JPYs. Of course, from the earlier video, if you watched it, this was our resistance area. And this is an area we were expecting the market to react from, continue down. So on the monthly, we were able to realize that we also had another resistance here, and this was an impulse and then a correction to the downside. We are expecting price to be able to pull down all the way to these lows here by filling these wicks and then eventually to these other lows here. So that's why I say JPYs, we could hold them for as long as we can. And today the monthly candle has actually closed bearish. So we can see clearly here that there's a difference between this high, which is our resistance, and where price is currently 97. So the difference is clearly here on this low here. So meaning market has broken structure and we could actually have a retest here to continue to the downside. So if you come to the weekly, you will also realize that is how it looks like. So on the weekly, to make it more clear, I can just expand it all the way up to here. So that is an area we shall be looking for trading opportunities. Okay, we clearly had explained in the previous video that this is an impulse to the downside. This is a bigger correction, and now we have a bigger correction and then possible another impulse, especially if price can pull back into this area, gives us a pattern, then we can continue. That's why we are going to continue to swing these JPY positions, shall swing them as much as we can. So that is what we are going to do until we get to these lows here. So that's what we have on AUD JPY. So I can go on to another JPY pair and I also look for the same thing. Let me come to GBP JPY and then also break it down for us the same way we've been doing it. So you just need to realize that my trades are open sourced. And by that, I mean like before I even take the trade, I usually share the trade. Okay, so we can see from GJ here on the monthly time frame, also bearish, and we expect price to come and fill up these weeks. Okay, so that means we have the potential of holding all the way up to down here. That is for another 1,200 pips. But this is the reason, strong break. The difference between this high and then this fresh low is here. So that is where we had our resistance. And then we have this monthly candle closing bearish. We can come to the weekly. And on the weekly, we would also want to see that bearish continuation. So like I'd explained in the previous video, this is an impulse. This is a bigger correction. So we have to hold all the way up to down here. And then we have break of structure here on the weekly, meaning what we can be expecting throughout this week is that scenario if price can actually be able to pull back. If we get that pullback into this and then a pattern, then we can continue to go down there. But if we don't get a pullback, we have an entry here, which we are swinging long term. You can actually see it here. This is GBP JPY. We have an entry around there, and we're holding all the way up to down there. So that is GBP JPY. And then also maybe going to another USD JPY. Let me go to another JPY pairs, because the way we trade is we like to, this is swing, therefore we wait patiently, and then once the pairs have given us the confirmation, we enter them without hesitations. And that's why we're able to enter all the JPY pairs. And this is not reckless trading because the positions are well calculated, a total of about 4% risk. And then you are looking to gain at least more than 15%. So USD JPY from the monthly time frame, you can clearly tell here the difference between this high and then this new low was actually here, which we call our price difference. If you don't know what price difference, all you have to do is just come to the YouTube and then look for the videos. I have actually explained them, what I mean by price difference from our YouTube here. First video, you will be able to understand what I mean by price difference. Okay, so we have our price difference area here, and then we're expecting a pullback possibly up to here for USD JPY because the dollar seems to be a little bit stronger now. So when we come to a lower time frame, let's say weekly will look good because the weekly candle has closed, the monthly candle has closed, so everything looks good. So you can see this strong bearish candle here that has broken below these lows here, giving us a new lower low and also a price difference around there, meaning if price managed to pull back into this region throughout the week, we can continue to have that and that. And we again have it here. Yeah, we are seeing it here. Let's pull it back. So this is USD JPY. We are hoping price could come to all these lows here. So that's what we have on USD JPY. And then maybe we can go to another JPY pair. Let's take a Euro JPY. So basically what I want you to observe this week is that we are still going to hold our JPYs because we still think the JPYs is still going to strengthen because following our plan, we forecasted this trade 13 days ago, and we know that it could still continue, give us the lows. So we have our resistance area up here, and then we have a structural break here to the upside. So this is an area in which we shall look to take profits in case price pulls back in this region here. And then we had our price difference, the difference between this high and then this new low was all the way from here to that. And that is where price was standing, coming onto the weekly. So on the weekly, we see another structural break here, price difference, meaning if price is able to pull back into this, we can have that swing to the downside. And remember, we already have an entry around here, so that will give us a total of about 1,300 pips. Okay, so that's what we have on the JPYs. So we want to, in simple terms, you see the way we arrange our pairs here. We put the JPY collectively, then we come and put the SWIZY collectively, also the CAD and the rest of the pairs. And this helps us to actually be able to enter swing positions and understand which pair is stronger and which one is weaker. So the JPY is relatively strong. You need to be able to find sell entries throughout the week, and then also look at the calendar, look at the possible fundamental events that are likely to happen. So Monday will be 2nd of December. We don't have much on Monday, especially on the JPYs and the other pairs, until maybe that's when we have the at 6 p.m. local time here. That's when we have the ISM manufacturing. That is for the dollar. Then going on to Tuesday, we have JOLT job openings, and then we have the SWIZY CPI. So we're not talking about the SWIZY yet. We'll talk about it in another video. And then on Tuesday, that's when we have the Australian GDP, and then we have also the ADP, non-farm employment for the US. Okay, so we're going to go into NFP week. So you need to find how to trade on Friday properly. Okay, but when you're swinging, you don't worry about much of this news, especially if you're already in the trade. So that's what we have this week. Of course, the other pairs, they're there. You will find them on our socials. You just come to TikTok, Chukjima, Throne FX. You will be able to find them on YouTube. You also look for Throne. We also have on Telegram where I send these signals for free. So you can actually join up there. So that's what we have for you. Watch out for the rest of